If you're on an F1 visa, then this video is for you. For the first time in over 30 years, your student status now has an expiration date. Here are the things that changed and all the ways you can prepare for it. Hey guys, I am a former US consular officer, and today we are here to go through the recent F1 visa process and guidelines. I have worked with thousands of student visas in the adjudication process. So let's get started by diving into the ins and outs of this process. On September 15th, 2026, the US ends what's called duration of status. Until now, if you entered the US on an F1 visa, you could stay as long as you're enrolled. There wasn't a fixed end date on your stay. Beginning September 15th, that's no longer the case. Instead, you'll receive a specific admit until date on your Form I-94. That date is based on your I-20 program length and is capped at 4 years. Going forward, that date is what determines how long you're allowed to stay in the US. It will be one of the most important dates in your immigration record. For most bachelor's and master's students, this probably won't change much. Their programs are usually completed within 4 years, so the new end date is mostly a formality. But if you're a PhD student, a medical resident, a research scholar, or you're planning to transfer schools, change your major, or move to a higher degree program, you should pay close attention. These situations are now subject to new rules and time limits that could affect how long you're allowed to stay in the US. Now let's clear up one of the biggest misconceptions. You may have heard that current F1 students are completely exempt from these new rules. That's not exactly true. If you're already in the US before September 15th, 2026, you do get a transition period. You can stay to your program end date, but it's capped at 4 years from the effective date and no later than November 14th, 2030. If your program extends beyond that, you'll need to apply for an extension, just like students entering under the new system. So, current students aren't really exempt. They're simply being given extra time to transition to the new rules. So, what can we do now? First, find your admit until date. Go to the official I-94 website. Look up your record and note the admit until date. That's the date you need to keep an eye on because it determines how long you're authorized to stay in the US. Second, check whether your program ends before or after that date. If your program is expected to continue beyond your admit until date, you'll likely need to apply for an extension of stay with USCIS using Form I-539. This isn't an automatic process. It has a fee, you'll need to complete biometrics, and this is important, it can be denied. Your school's DSO can update your I-20, but USCIS makes the final decision. Third, don't wait until the last minute. Extension applications can take 5 to 6 months to process, and there's no premium processing to speed things up. The earlier you apply, the better. The grace period after you finish your studies has been cut in half from 60 days to just 30 days, which means you'll have less time to leave or move to something new. And if you complete your program early, the 30-day clock starts on the day you actually finish, not the date printed on your I-20. In other words, there's much less room for error. If you're planning to apply for OPT or STEM OPT, these new rules could affect you depending on when you graduate and when you apply. The H-1B cap gap rules remain the same, but because everyone's timeline is different, it's important to review your specific situation with your school's designated school official, or DSO. If you're unsure how these changes apply to you, talk to your designated school official, your DSO, first. They have access to your student record and can explain exactly what your next steps should be. The days of open-ended F1 student status are coming to an end. Going forward, your immigration timeline will be much more structured, which means keeping track of important dates will matter more than ever. If you're preparing for your F1 visa interview, the best thing you can do is understand how a visa officer is likely to evaluate your case before your interview. That's exactly why we created the free F1 visa risk assessment. Built by former U.S. consular officers, it evaluates your application across 23 key risk factors and takes about 7 minutes to complete. You'll get a clearer picture of your strengths, identify potential red flags, and know what to improve before your interview. If you found this video helpful, subscribe for more straightforward explanations of US visa rules and updates. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.